Well, hello and welcome to Qlik Spotlight. My name is John Sands, and this is a spotlight heavily focused on the current COVID-19 outbreak, something that's affecting all of us around the world. So it really is quite disorientating, and also a lot of people are now in a different work environment where they have to work from home. And I'm interviewing Jordan Morrow. Welcome, Jordan, and thank you for spending some time with me.
Oh, happy to. Thanks for having me.
And you've not only had to deal with COVID 19, but something else has been happening around your part of the world as well, isn't it?
Yeah, we woke up to, no pun intended, a kind of a rude awakening yesterday. I
Mm,
had been up for a little while, and I go for a drive most mornings to listen to books, to study some books, and I had gotten home, was about to head downstairs to this office space, which also has my gym in it. And I was talking to my wife in our master bedroom, sitting in a chair, and all of a sudden, the house started shaking, and it started shaking
really?
really, yeah, quite a bit actually, to the point where you could feel it, you could see it.
Yeah,
I rushed to get my three younger children who live upstairs with us, and then my wife rushed to get the older two who were down in the basement.
mm.
We got into secure locations, and sure enough, we had what I've started calling the Corona quake. Just a nice big earthquake to start our
Yeah,
day. And apparently, as of yesterday, or as of reading an article, we've had 90 aftershocks, so 90 aftershocks. Most of them we can't feel, but yesterday afternoon had
yeah.
another big aftershock, and the house shook
But
again. And
you're
so,
okay though, yeah?
yeah, oh,
All the family all
absolutely.
right? Yeah,
Yeah, we went through. We once we felt like the ground was a little more secure, we
yeah.
headed outside to an open space. Sat there for a while. I checked the house. Everybody was good. We were messaging neighbors, family, just making
Mm.
sure everybody was safe.
Yeah, the world goes on, doesn't it? I mean, we're all very much
Absolutely.
focused on COVID-19, but
Yeah.
other stuff is happening as well. And
Yeah.
how is it affecting you and your family, Jordan? The whole COVID pandemic that it is now. How is that
Yeah.
affecting you and your family?
So it's been interesting. I've worked from home for years, and so from that
Mm,
perspective, it isn't different. Having the kids home, I've got five kids, as a lot of people at Qlik know, and if you don't know, I've got five. So there are seven of us.
yeah,
A puppy. He's not a puppy; he's old, but a dog, and so it's almost as if it's like summer here, where the kids are out of school. But
yeah,
now we've got their school schedule going with us, and my wife. It's we're limited, of course, on our activities and stuff like that. But I'm a
yeah.
glass is not only half full, but the glass is overflowing always kind of guy. And so, we're creating memories. We're doing things that you might not have been
Yeah,
doing before, and it's been great. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of worry, a lot of things that could be going wrong and things like that. And we're trying to protect ourselves, but
yeah.
you got to take it with a good attitude, or things are going to really spiral for you.
So you've not actually got to the stage where you want to murder each other yet, then?
No, no, we suspended two of the kids for fighting.
Ah, right,
No, I'm
okay.
not I'm not sure how you do that. That's not my joke. I'm
No.
stealing it, but no, it's. I'm sure this will be the longest time, probably, that I've been home consistently without going on a work trip for a very
Yeah.
long time. So I'm waiting for my wife or my kids to be like, "You need to leave. You've got to go away somewhere."
Yes,
So
go away to a cabin in
yeah,
the mountains
leave. I don't care where you
somewhere.
go, just
Yeah.
go.
And very, very importantly at the moment, more than anything, how is your stock of pasta and loo rolls?
Oh, you know what? To me, the number one thing is Oreo cookies. We need Oreo
Oh.
cookies. They last forever. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's we my wife and I last week said we should probably buy a couple weeks worth of groceries. This is before
Yeah.
all the lockdowns and stuff, and luckily it was right, because then everybody started hoarding. We're starting to
Mm.
see now, though, that our grocery stores and stuff are calming down. You can get supplies and stuff, and I think that's what calmer heads prevail over time, and I think that's
I
what
think so, yeah.
we
I
need
mean,
to
I
do.
see the fact that, like you said, the initial thing is like it's funny because it happens at Christmas as well, doesn't it?
Oh yeah,
Even though the shops are only closed for like 2 days over Christmas, people still hoard stuff, and
yep,
immediately as something like this happens, then they go out and they start filling their stock, their shelves with stuff,
yeah,
which is, but you have to kind of take that back, because there are older
yeah.
people and other people that are not as fortunate, cannot afford to buy that much stuff, and can only do it on a weekly basis. And I know around here they've started opening some of the
Yeah,
supermarkets at an hour in the morning just for the elderly people to go in and do their shopping,
they did
which
the
is great.
same. Yeah, they did the
Mm,
exact same here. The only problem was the first day of that happening was yesterday, between
mm.
the hour of 7 and 8 a.m. And that's when the seniors could go to the local grocery store here, and that's when the earthquake hit. So I can only
Ah,
imagine, you know, I'm hoping that nothing, of course, happened there, and we didn't get any word that anything bad happened. But I think that's one of the good things that's happening from this is you're seeing people say that was a big trend around here is people saying we need
yeah,
to open up stores earlier for the seniors who, young families can get their time. There's multiple people to take
yeah.
things from the shelves, but seniors don't have that ability. So I think one of the things that we're seeing from this is humanity is realizing we may have a lot of excess and all these other things that we don't need. Let's bless other people's lives and see them
Yeah.
to be better. Yeah.
And if something good was to come out of this, which I think there will be some good to come
Hmm.
out of it, is that whole community spirit and
Yeah.
getting together, and there's some stuff going on around Qlik as well with
Yep.
with the schemes that we set up, like take pictures of your working from home
Yeah.
lunch is what one of them I've seen going on there, and it's no, it's really good indeed. And as far as Qlik and its business is concerned, and what would you say to people around Qlik then? What would you give your experience to?
Yeah, so my thoughts turned a lot to this. Being someone who's worked
Mm,
from home for a long time, I've seen the benefits of technology and what we can do
yeah.
to further missions and stuff. In fact, a lot of what we've designed around data literacy can be done remotely. And so,
Mm,
what I would tell, and I've been talking to my wife about this, and you can talk about it with others. I think some of the things that will come of this is transitions and evolution in business. And I think
yeah.
that's what I would tell clickies right now is find opportunities, embrace boredom, right? Because boredom is going to come. We're not able to do the exact same things. We're not able to
Yeah.
interact with customers. And I am such a fan. I love change, but I understand a lot of people don't like change. They
No, no,
like
no, no, you're right.
routine and this and that. Embrace it here. Embrace the change. Embrace what's happening. Find new ways to do business. Find new
Mm,
ways to connect. I loved the message that Rick Jackson talked about in the email. I think it was just yesterday, talking about creating a community of customers who can share best practices.
yeah.
Create a community of people that can share these ideas. We need to be doing that as clickies. If you have something that works from you from a work from home perspective, share it with people because customers, my job from a data literacy perspective is
Mm,
still rolling, but it's the
mm,
opportunity that we have to embrace technology, embrace new ways of doing things. Maybe this is that jolt, no pun intended, from the earthquake, but maybe this is that jolt that we need to see that we need to do things differently. There are ways to support our customers differently. There are ways to
mm,
support non-customers differently, of getting our messages out there. LinkedIn is a great platform, all of these
yeah.
things. And look at this as an opportunity with the cup not just half full, but overflowing, where we could do things differently. And if we do that,
Mm.
we will still see great success coming through this. But if we hunker down, we worry too much, we're negative about everything, well, yeah, it's going to be a
Mm.
drag. But I think there's so much
But
we can do as a company.
yeah, but it is very easy. We can't
Oh
we
yeah.
can't sort of hide from the fact that it's very
Yes.
easy to get soaked up in that sponge that is
Yeah.
COVID-19 because there is so much information
Right.
out there. So you were talking about how the technology can help and how we can connect, but it's also the other side of it, maybe the darker side of it, where there is all this information and maybe quite sensationalist as well. I'm not saying all of it is, but some of it
Yeah.
is, and it's very easy, isn't it, to get absorbed into that and
Yeah.
find it hard, especially if you're in an environment like you're working from home and that's not your environment that you're in all day.
Yep.
You're normally surrounded by people, and in that business, in an organizational way, it's also easy to get stuck in there and to get
Yeah.
isolated as well.
Yeah. And to think about it, I did a post on LinkedIn about this just the other day. I don't know in all of my time doing data literacy if there has been a more important time to empower ourselves with data literacy skills. You said it really well there.
Mm,
Think about all the data and information that is out there. In fact, a lot of decisions from a lot of people in a lot of places are being made right now without concrete information.
yeah,
And part
yeah,
of that is because this is so new, right? This is very new. In fact, I've been asked multiple times to write about what's happening, which I've avoided because I'm avoiding that political spectrum that's a part of
yeah.
this
Of
right
course, of
now.
course.
But I get asked almost every phone call, Jordan, tell me your thoughts. And what I'm telling and sharing with people is empower yourself with data literacy skills.
Mm,
Be able to understand all the information. You're right, there is sensationalism out there, there's hysteria out
yep.
there. And we can't run from it. That's not what I'm saying when I say the glass is half full. Embrace it, study it, make smart data informed decisions on it, and work through this.
Mm,
empower yourself with it. And that's actually one of the things, like I've shared with companies as I talk to them, is it's not just data literacy for your organization, but think about it from your
No.
personal life. And I think through that, that's how the calmer heads prevail, is you get your
Mm.
head down, you get to work. It can be discouraging. Embrace the energy that comes from anxiety, from nervousness, from discouragement. Harness it for good. And that's tough. I totally get it. In fact, if you think about evolution, our brains are hardwired for fight or flight. You know,
Yeah.
historically, if a predator was coming, we ran. The predator now is COVID-19. But hopefully we've evolved enough to say we don't need to run, but we need to study and we
Yeah.
need to learn. And if we do that, the decision making power that we have through all of this is enormous, and the good that can come from this is enormous. And that's why I would say to everyone at Qlik, study data literacy. And I'm not just saying that because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Empower yourself with that knowledge, because that's how you can understand all the information that's out there better.
So if someone is working from home and it isn't their
Hmm.
normal environment, and it can be a very alien environment of actually working while you're in your home space.
Yep.
What tips would you give people that where this form
Yeah.
of working is very very different for them?
Yeah, I would say there's two or three, maybe just a
Mm.
handful of things to put in place so your life is easier. I've done this for a long time, and I've done it with 5 kids for a long time. And the reality is, make sure you set a routine in place. It becomes
Yeah.
very easy to, let's say you're normally going to an office, you normally leave at 7:30, you get there at 8, you normally leave 5:36, you go home, you take lunch at a certain time. Do
Yeah.
your best to set a routine like that. Now, I understand in some cases with kids that becomes harder.
Mm.
So it might not be that you could keep the same routine you had before, but again, this is that evolution, change things. Find a new way to do that. Find a new way to set a new routine. If you have kids, the thing that works for me is I have made it very clear. We talk to them. I have a meeting from this time to this time. When it's
Yeah.
over, I can come talk to you and we can do stuff. And my kids have gotten really good at that consistency. I think that's one of the biggest keys, routine and consistency. Be
Because
consistent in how you do it.
when daddy's home, normally these children will be used to the fact that he would be available. He would go
Yep.
out to play. It's a weekend, it's a holiday, so
Yep.
they're going to see that. But also, children. My wife teaches at a 5, 6 year old level at school, and they're very scared about this.
Yeah.
They're this the unknown. So it is important, as you rightly said, to communicate and to realize they've got their fears as well, and just to say, this is what's happening. There is an ending to it, and
Yep.
and keep them and treat them as the knowledgeable human beings they are.
100%. One of the things I've done for a long time is tried to involve them more in the job, whether I'm traveling or here at home. The other thing that I would say as parents, one of the things that I find works really well to ensure your kids give you space at times to work is make sure they have a consistent routine too. To your point, kids are fearful right now because everything's broken up, everything's
Yeah,
different. But when they're at school, they have a routine.
of course. Yeah,
So we still have our bedtimes for kids. We don't want them staying up late. We have them up for school. They're doing school throughout the day. We have lunch at a certain time. That way, we operate as a family unit that still has routine, that still has consistency, that knows I'm doing this at this time, my wife is doing this, and the kids are doing
yeah,
this. But there has to be flexibility. If we put
yeah. Of
that in
course.
place and
Yeah,
it's too rigid, then it's going to break. And so after this call, I'm going to go say hi to my kids. I'm going to go see if my wife needs anything. I don't have any more meetings for a few hours. I'm going to go
yeah.
see if everything's good and open my door so that even if I'm working, they can come in and see me. They know that I'm working, but if they have a question, if they need help with their schoolwork, we can make that happen. And this fluidity with routine and stuff allows us to succeed in what is a very different, absolutely different time.
So you're against a train of thought of locking them in a small room with some Oreos then?
No, they can lock me in a small room with Oreos and I'll be totally
Yeah,
content.
you'd be okay. There,
As
there's
long as
yeah,
long as I've
that
got my gym equipment, my
yeah,
Oreos next to me, which those are kind of, oxymorons together, but I don't
yeah,
care. That's the
yeah.
survival right there.
That is thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
Don't put the children in a small room. Put yourself in a small room.
Yeah.
That's the way forward. Well, Jordan. Okay, one last thing then. So
Hmm.
once this all does blow over, which it will do,
Yeah.
what are you looking forward to doing the most?
To be honest, seeing people again. You know what I
Mm.
mean? I am very much a people person. I love chatting with people. I love talking with people. I do enjoy being on the road at times, being able to get to King of Prussia, being
Yeah.
with our customers, seeing my parents, right? My dad doesn't have the best health in the world, so we're isolating
Yeah,
ourselves
of
from
course.
him.
Yeah. Yeah.
As great as technology is to FaceTime and do things like this, we're having a
Mm.
conversation like this. I look forward to being with people again and being able to do those things. But I also look forward, one of the things I'm most excited about is to see what we learn from all of this. Now, I know I'm
Yeah.
nerdy in that,
Yeah.
but I'm seeing what changes do we put in place? What do we
Mm.
learn to impact us for the future? I think that's an
Yeah.
exciting thing.
That is exciting because this kind of thing has not happened,
Hmm.
not certainly not in my generation and a lot of
Right.
people's generations. So it's all very foreign. Well, Jordan, thank you so much. I
You
love
bet.
chatting to you because your enthusiasm and your energy definitely rubs off a bit.
Thank
That's
you.
for sure. And you know you're talking about communication, keeping in touch, not just communicating on a click way, but also
Yeah,
communicating with your neighbours, with your people, making sure people are okay. And that's hopefully that'll stay after this
exactly.
all does go. So thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully there'll be no more of those tremors roundabouts, and
Right.
you'll have a bit more of a quieter life. So take care and look after yourself, Jordan. It's a pleasure to
Awesome.
speak to you.
Well, thank you very much for having me. And I hope all of you clickies, wherever you are around the world watching this, I hope you the best. And I look forward to being able to be in person with you again.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jordan. Take care and your
Thank
family.
you. You too.